When you choose one of our Easy Care HydroCare plants, you will need to follow our simple setup guide. Firstly, you will need your HydroCare plant. This is planted in a specially designed grow pot. The slits in the base allow water to be absorbed into the hydrogranules. Our hydro kits contain all the pieces you will need to create the perfect look for your HydroCare plant. You will need the following items: a water level indicator that slots into the grow pot and measures the water level at the base. A plant pot liner contains the water at the base and protects your decorative planter from water damage. Your decorative plant pot or planter, in which you will display your HydroCare plant. Additional hydrogranules to raise the height of the plant and fill around the grow pot. Specially formulated hydroculture plant food that works with hydrogranules to allow plant roots to take in nutrients. Place the water level indicator into the slot on the side of the grow pot and through the small hole in the rim. Hydroculture grow pots have standard heights. Smaller plants are grown in 12 cm pots and larger plants are grown in 19 cm pots. Water level indicators are 12 or 19 cm tall. When you buy a hydro kit with your HydroCare plant, it will include an indicator at the correct height for your plant's grow pot. Assess the level of the grow pot in your decorative planter. You may need to raise up the base of the grow pot if it is sitting too low in the planter. To raise the level of the grow pot, simply add a layer of hydrogranules to the base of the planter. As a rule of thumb, you should leave a gap of about 4 cm between the top of the grow pot and the rim of the decorative planter. This will stop hydrogranules spilling out when you have finished setting up the display. Place the waterproof liner into the planter, so that it sits on top of the layer of hydrogranules you may have added to the base. If the liner protrudes above the rim of the planter, or is gathered around the internal walls, you can trim it to create a straighter and flusher fit below the rim. Our waterproof liners are easy to trim with kitchen scissors. Take off a small amount at a time and check the fit, so that you don't cut off too much height. Don't worry if the liner is not completely flush to the walls of the planter. It's okay if there is a gap or a bit of gathering. You just need to remember to water towards the center and not down the sides of the planter. Place your HydroCare plant in its grow pot into the liner. Make sure the grow pot is sitting directly on the base of the liner, so that you will get accurate water level readings. Fill the liner with hydrogranules so that they surround the grow pot, remembering that the grow pot needs to stay seated directly on the base of the liner. If you also have a gap between the liner and the side walls of the planter, you can add hydrogranules around the outside of the liner for a neater finish. Finally, add a layer of hydrogranules to hide the rim of the grow pot and the liner. Alternatively, you could add a layer of decorative stones to complete the look. Water the hydrogranules in the grow pot and liner. This will create a reservoir of water at the bottom, for the hydrogranules to slowly absorb. Top up until the float reaches the optimum level. Try not to go beyond this point, to avoid the plant roots sitting in water. When the float drops to minimum, leave it for 1 to 2 weeks. This will allow the residual moisture contained in the hydrogranules to be used by the plant. Then top back up to the optimum level. Because our HydroCare plants are grown in hydrogranules, they do not contain soil organisms that make nutrients available to the plant. This is why HydroCare plants need a different plant food that has the nutrients readily available for the plant roots. Every other watering, add a hydroculture feed to provide the plant with nutrients. You can use the handy dial on the top of the water level indicator to set a reminder when to feed the plant. And that's all there is to it. Hortology's HydroCare plants are simple to set up, and will give you easy care, low maintenance indoor plants to make your life greener.